Welcome to this episode of My VA Disability Claim, right? Brought to you by the Carter Hughes Knowledge Institute. As always, you can go online, check Helpful Veteran. We got an abundance of information there that you can use to kind of help you navigate this VA space effectively and efficiently, all right? That's our intention behind everything that we do. We understand it can be a complex process. It can be overwhelming. But there are some simple things that if you hold on to them and just kind of stay focused on these, you can get to the approval, right? I mean, there's a lot of distractions that can kind of discourage you. But if you know what to stay focused on, you can get to that approval, all right? So today, what we're going to do is talk about how to use a lay statement. With every session that we provide is what, why, how. What are we talking about? Why is it important? How can I use it, right? We try to keep it simple and useful. All right. And I've been in this space for a while, which is why I'm able to do this. I've helped people file thousands of claims at this point. So I have enough knowledge to simplify things and put it into simple terms. But now we're talking about this lay statement. What is it? Again, lay statement is a statement from a non-medical person saying that they witnessed the symptoms that you had, or they witnessed an incident that took place, right? So that's the what of it. A statement just kind of saying I witnessed these symptoms. It'll be evidence to prove either your nexus or your in-service event, right? If you have something that happened while you were in the service and you're filing a disability from that, but there's no medical records, no incident report, one way to establish that this incident took place is to have a lay statement, right? Someone that served with you saying, hey, I witnessed the incident, right? So it can help you to establish the in-service event or establish the nexus. Is most commonly used to establish the nexus for a claim, right? So that's why you use it, to establish the nexus. And nexus is that evidence showing that you suffered from that condition from the time you separated till now, right? While you were in the service, you have doctor records showing that you were dealing with it, while you were in the service after the incident happened. But that nexus really speaks to after separation to the time you filed the claim, right? Evidence that, hey, I've been still suffering from this thing. Medical records can do that, showing that I've been going to the doctor for the condition, or a lay statement can do that from people who know you and people who witnessed you dealing with these symptoms, all right? So the why is to establish that nexus or to establish that in-service event, right? The what, the why, the how. How do you use it? VA form 21-10210. Google it, right? All these forms are Googleable. They can be accessed by everyone. All right, so this is not behind some kind of wall. No. Googleable stuff. You pull up the form at the top. It's your personal contact information just in case the VA has to get in contact with you. Fill all that information out, and then they give you a space for.
Do you think the VA claims process can be difficult, stressful, or even chaotic at times? If so, we made the Before You File Guidebook to help you keep your claim simple and organized. The VA claims process can make you feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or even pissed off. So we made the Before You File Microlearning Course to help you feel comfortable and confident when you walk into that office to file your VA claim. Get the products and enjoy the benefits. Now back to the show.
Fill all that information out, and then they give you a space for the lay statement. All right, so what do I need to include in the lay statement? This is important also. Again, it can be overwhelming, it can be complex, but if you know what to do, you can be a lot more effective, a lot more efficient. All right, so in that lay statement, you need your relationship with the veteran, you need to mention that in All right. So in that lay statement, you need to disclose your relationship with the veteran, right? How do I know this person? Spouse, coworker, friend, family member, whatever the case. Next, you need to disclose how frequently do you see the veteran? That's a big one in terms of how often are you witnessing these symptoms. And then last but not least, you want to spell out the symptoms that you've witnessed. All right. You can use the rating schedule for this as well to kind of get an idea of how the VA rates this condition and what their expectations are in terms of, the information that they get. So use the rating schedule, huh? All right, so those are the three components that you want on the three main things: your relationship with the veteran, how often do you see the veteran, and what are the symptoms that you're witnessing, right? If you've been witnessing for a while, put that in there also. Length of time for the past 8 years, 10 years, whatever the case. I've been witnessing these symptoms, right? And I'm writing this statement to help the veteran get the help that they need. All right, keep it simple. Again, keep it useful. Big thing that you don't do. You see that no right there? No medications, no diagnosis in that lay statement. Again, no medications mentioned, no diagnosis mentioned because you're not a doctor. That's what that lay statement, lay, remember, layman, not a doctor, right? I'm a layman. I am not a doctor, right? Layman, me, layman, not a doctor. All right, so you can't give a diagnosis because if you do give a diagnosis, right, you say, oh, I think it's osteoarthritis. The VA sees that and they'll invalidate the statement. This statement is invalidated because a layperson tried to provide diagnosis that invalidates the entire statement. All right, so that's why you want to be careful and make sure you're not putting a diagnosis in here. We're just putting the symptoms that you've witnessed, right? The symptoms that you've witnessed. I kind of stumbled. And that's it. Boom. As always, quick, simple, useful. Learn the information, use the information, and if you deem it to be valuable, share the information. And drop it in the comments also. How the content is helping you. Things that it's helped you to do. If it's not been helpful and things that you think we could improve on, put it in the comments. We're trying to establish that community and keep growing the community. And we can only do that by knowing what it is you guys are looking for, knowing what kind of information will be helpful to you as you go through this process, right? Simple, useful. All I got is plain language for you, And I'm one of the people that kind of writes regulations and stuff, but I understand it enough to explain it just like I'm talking to my family, right? So there you go, man. Pause it, look at the joint, write the stuff down, however you want to do it. Use the information. The platform, of course, the website, check that out to get more tools. Your VMet, you can get that on there. You can search for VSO on there. You can look up your school in terms of GI Bill, whether or not they're actually authorized to give out GI Bill. You can do that on there as well. And then the channel, a wealth of information, right? We're building a school of useful information. All right, they don't teach you this in school, but this is useful information for veterans specifically. All right, hey, that's it, man. I'm done. Have an incredible day, huh? Aye.